Hello YouTube, it's the Sim Basketball Operator bringing NBA 2K14 Nuggets Association commentary. And right now, looking at the playoff picture, the Warriors have pretty much clinched that last playoff spot away from the Los Angeles Lakers, so Kobe will again not be going to the playoffs. The Pelicans and the Timberwolves are two surprise teams at the 6 and 7 seeds. The Blazers got the 5 seed. The Clippers clinched their division, as did the San Antonio Spurs. However, it's between us and the Oklahoma City Thunder to see who wins the Northwest Division, who wins the Western Conference, and who actually gets home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs. So with 2 games to go, a lot of important games to be played. I believe our remaining schedule is the San Antonio Spurs, which I will show in the gameplay, and the Milwaukee Bucks, which I expect to win as the Bucks are still not a very good team. The Thunder have, I believe, the Knicks and the Lakers. 2 mediocre teams. I think they're at the bottom, either in the bottom half of the playoffs or the better part of the lottery. So the Thunder are very capable of winning both games and just clinching home court advantage through there, but still need to try to win these last 2 games. And if the Thunder do lose one, since we own tiebreaker, we'll be getting that playoff spot. So I'll see you in this upcoming game against the Spurs. So 1 year into the association, remember this is the 2015 NBA playoffs. The Spurs are still a very dangerous team. Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili are all a year older, and actually all 3 of them are in the starting lineup rather than bringing Ginobili off the bench. That's just what 2K does. They never have their best players or their better players at each position kind of ride the pine. They usually go with the 5 best at each position to start, unlike in real life. But the Spurs have weapons at all 5 positions since they signed Marcin Gortat in the offseason, and has really paid off. And Kawhi Leonard has become a beast. I think he's like an 88 overall after 1 season. The big 3 of the Spurs is still over 80. They still have Thiago Splitter and Danny Green off the bench, and Gortat's over an 80. So a very talented team, a very well-deserving playoff team. But we're going to try to stick it out because, again, we are fighting for home court advantage with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So we need to win all these the 2 remaining games we have on our schedule. Ty Lawson's making sure we can do that, putting us in a position to win with that and 1. Lawson had a very good game scoring the ball, but as usual, which has become more of a recurring theme through the end of the regular season, he has become a little bit of liability with his turnovers. He's been turning it over at a pretty high rate. I believe he finished this game with 7 turnovers. And that's something that's been well documented, and something that kind of annoys me, even though he's a very good player outside of that. A nice 3 by Manu Ginobili off the broken play right there. And here's another broken play where Kawhi Leonard just escapes to the basket, even though Ty Lawson nearly got the steal. Nice rebound here by Joel Embiid. I'm going to get it back out to Danilo Gallinari. And look at how Embiid just established the position after the rebound, doing work on Thiago Splitter, making him look like a fool. And Embiid is just, post-game, has just advanced so much. His awareness has gone up through the season, which is to be expected considering this guy has only played like 3 years of basketball in real life. He started very late in his high school career. Nice and 1 again by Ty Lawson, driving to the basket. And so at the end of 1 half, The score will be 56-56 tie. The Spurs did have a pretty big advantage, I think, in the first quarter. They stretched their lead out to close to double digits, but we were able to make up the deficit. Both defenses struggling to contain the offenses here, because 56 points and a half is pretty high. But looking at the halftime stats, Kawhi Leonard, their new stars, leading them with 14 points. And he's really become a beast, more than just a 3-and-D guy. He's added a very good slashing ability, and just really fits well with the Spurs offense as anybody does, it seems like. Manu Ginobili stepping back and hitting the 3 right there, just doing what vintage Ginobili does. Look at Duncan teaching Embiid that he still has a lot to learn about the post game, completely faking me out right there. And then here's a nice jump shot. Ross on the rebound, but then Ty Lawson leaks out too much. Patty Mills gets into the splitter, who gets it to Ginobili, who gets a tough right-handed layup to go. And so the Spurs are still holding a slim lead of 3 points. Lawson giving it to Ross. Ross squaring up into Cole. He's going to drive past him and throw it down with one hand. Terrence Ross, our human highlight reel. Surprised that it was not him that went to the slam dunk contest. It was Kenneth Faried, even though Faried did finish second. But Ross is just so much more athletic, can do so much more with the ball in midair. And then here's Ty Lawson trying to go to work, but Danny Green's just going to pick his pocket. Lawson didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming using my 2K camera. And Danny Green's going to get the layup to go. So the Spurs lead has jumped out to 79. But luckily we were able to quickly come back. Now it's a 1-point game. Gallinari gets his own rebound. Gets his own rebound again. He's going to give Jordan Hamilton a try. Hamilton for 3. No good. Gallinari on the rebound. Again, squaring up. Gallinari had like 4 offensive rebounds in this possession. And he's going to post up on Danny Green and finish the play. Finally getting the extra chance basket to go. Now at the end of the third quarter, the Spurs have a 1-point lead. Going to Gallinari. Maybe not the greatest matchup against Kawhi Leonard, and Leonard plays perfect defense as Gallinari's shot rims out, and so it'll be a 1-point lead for the Spurs entering the final quarter of play. Now here we go, Tim Duncan in the post, again teaching over 2 Nuggets defenders, even though Foy didn't really contest, and there's nothing 6'7" Faried can do against a 6'11" Duncan. And here's Robert Sacre with the one-handed dunk. Every time Sacre does something great, it's going in the commentary, because Robert Sacre does so much for us as a bench cheerleader that when he ever goes well for him on the court, gotta put it in the video. Nice pass from Terrence Ross to Brian Anderson, who kind of started to heat up in this fourth quarter. Here he's getting the pass from Lawson this time on the design play, and he's knocking down the mid-range jumper. So through the play of Brian Anderson in this final quarter and some solid defense, we have a 4-point lead, but they're going back to Duncan, squaring up on Embiid, double team, but Duncan's going to find that open man easily. Hamilton should have rotated over to cover the play, and I really shouldn't have double teamed Duncan in that situation. But here we go, scary pass from Jordan Hamilton, gets it to Faried. Faried's able to get that right-handed running hook to go, and stretching our lead to 5. So we still have a little bit of a cushion, and the Spurs are going to have to call timeout. Popovich wants to regroup his guys, and they come back right out of the timeout, getting it to Parker at the 3-point line, and he's going to drill it. Very nice design play. Poor defense by my part, controlling Lawson. And now here's Tim Duncan in the post, getting blocked by Embiid. Great defense. It's a 104 ball game. And Ty Lawson's going to drive to the hoop, hop, step, and 1. Big basket right here in transition after the nice block by Embiid. And they're just celebrating right next to Kawhi Leonard, who can't believe it. So Ty Lawson's going to try to give us a little bit of a cushion here, and he does, converting the 3-point play. Now it's a 107-104 ball game. Here comes Tony Parker. He's going to set up a great play from the San Antonio Spurs playbook. No, he's not. He's just going to blow right past me, move that ball away from Danilo Gallinari's outstretched hand, and finish the layup. Now after that basket, both teams struggled to score. Here's a great defensive play by Danilo Gallinari to block the Kawhi Leonard dunk. And then here's Ty Lawson getting to Embiid. Could have been a foul there. But nothing's getting called for the rookie away from home. And then here's Gallinari posting at the smaller Ginobili, but he's forced away from the basket, forced to toss up some crap, and the Spurs are going to call timeout. So it's a 1-point game, 11 seconds to go. They could really go to anybody here. They elect to go to Parker. Parker gets past Lawson. Kawhi Leonard is freed up, but he cannot hit the shot. Ty Lawson's going to get fouled, but with 1.9 seconds remaining, this is pretty much it. Lawson's going to hit both free throws. The Spurs are out of timeouts. They don't even roll the ball in. They're just going to have Tony Parker heave it, and we take this game. So it was close. Great defense at the end, really by both teams, but we just had the advantage, 1 point advantage, thanks to Ty Lawson's brilliant and one. And so now we're putting ourselves in great position. Obviously, there's still one game left, but it's the Bucks, and so I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to take that one. Parker with 21, Leonard with 17 and 9 and 5, so really good player. Patrick Mills, great boost off the bench at 15. Ginobili with 12, Danny Green with 11, Duncan with 10 and 7, and Marcin Gortat with 9 and 5. So this team's a very formidable opponent if we come across them in the playoffs. But now looking at our stat line, Gallinari led us with 23 points, Embiid with 9 rebounds, which is pretty high for him. He's not a guy that usually goes all out for the rebounds, mainly because we have Kenneth Faried and Ashik ready to just gobble up all that. They're both guys that will go all out for the rebounds, which is enjoyable, but I would like to see more effort from Embiid. Embiid, Gallinari had 3 blocks apiece, which surprised me because Gallinari is not known for a shot blocker. And as I said earlier, Ty Lawson's 7 turnovers did hurt us, and he had as many turnovers as the entire Spurs team combined. And the Spurs beat us in assists as well, but that's just what the Spurs do. We were able to eke out the victory. Need to play better defense, though. The Spurs shot 51% from the field and 45% from 3. So the next video will be a playoff video or a season wrap-up video, I'm not quite sure. But you will see who takes home court advantage and whether this game actually counted for something, as the Thunder need to lose at least one game going into the playoffs. So this is the Sim Basketball Operator, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.